In this video, I'm going to talk you through how to do the online AIM cards with your young person. You can tell them that the reason why you're doing the AIM cards with them is so that you can get to know them better. The first thing that you need to do is ask them to put the cards into the piles that they belong. So there's 5 different piles, but at the moment we're just going to use 4. Going well, sometimes going well, not going well, and irrelevant. So ask the young person to put the cards into the piles that they feel that they belong. In your next session, you'll go through the going well pile. It's always good to start off with something positive. So get the young person to explain to you why they feel each card belongs in that pile and ask them some of the things that they think that they're good at. Once you've done this, you can ask them whether there's any cards that go together, any cards that link in with each other. For example, getting on with family links in with feeling sad or low, because when they're getting on with their family, they don't feel sad and they don't feel low. They've also linked in how their parents apply rules. They feel that that goes better when they're getting on with people. Some people like to get their young person to link the cards that they think go together after they've spoken through each pile. This is easier to do face to face as there isn't a lot of room on the screen, so with the online AIM cards, I get them to do it as I go along. Once you've spoke through all of the cards in the going well pile, then you'll do the exact same thing with the sometimes going well pile. This will give you an idea as to whether there's any cards that they want to change and put in different piles. Now this young person has put the wanting to be dead card in the sometimes pile, so it's important that you assess the risk. There's different ways to do this. You could get them to scale out of 10 how suicidal they're feeling, or you could ask them when the last time was that they felt this way. Once again, get them to link the things that go together so that you can gain a deeper understanding as to what things affect each other. This particular young person has linked wanting to be dead with worrying a lot, so this gives you an indication into the types of things that could lead them to that behaviour. Now that you've spoken through the first 2 piles, going well and sometimes, you're going to do the exact same thing for the not going well pile. Get the young person to explain the reason as to why each card belongs there. Ask the young person whether there are any things that affect each other. For example, this young person doesn't feel like they have a home whenever they have family arguments, and arguments subsequently can affect the way that they get on at school and can also influence how they feel about professionals. Sometimes the cards that they put in the irrelevant pile are actually relevant, so it's always a good idea to go through this pile just to make sure. Some young people will want to avoid conversations, so they might put things in this pile that they feel uncomfortable talking about, so it's good to go through it. For the last part, you can ask them whether there's anything in the not going well pile that they would like to go a bit better. Once they've done this, you can ask them to pick 2 to 3 priority cards. Explain that the priority cards are things that they might want some support with. You could also get them to rank their choices from most to least important. Once they've picked their priority cards, this is what you can aim to focus the remainder of your intervention around, and that's how you do the online AIM cards.